Hey everyone, welcome back to Code with Bro. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Today we're diving into the world of Unreal Engine 5 to explore Blueprints, Unreal's powerful visual scripting system that lets you create entire games without writing a single line of code. Let's get started. Blueprints in Unreal Engine are a revolutionary way to program gameplay elements. From simple door animations to complex AI behaviors, it's all done through a node-based interface. Blueprints use a node-based approach where you connect blocks of code. Each node represents a function or a value, like a piece of a puzzle. You combine these to create logic for pretty much anything in your game. Let's create a simple light switch that turns on when your character enters a area. So make sure that you organize this however you like, but I'm just going to right click in my content folder and create a blueprint class call of an actor. And I'm going to call this BP, which stands for blueprint underscore light switch. Now double click to go into it. You're going to be presented with a blueprint interface, which has a lot of information from the get-go, but no need to be afraid. So we're just going to worry about the event graph and the components. So I'm going to add a couple components. I'm going to add a point light, and I'll just call this light. And as you can see in the viewport, it'll show the area of the light, and you'll be able to see the details on the right, such as the source radius, light color, attenuation radius, and so on. And just in case you can't really get a good visual in the blueprint or in the viewport, you can also just drag and drop this to in real time. So in this case, my light source isn't too strong, but I am going to make it a little brighter in the details here. So I'll add the intensity to something like 15,000. I'll make this a bit more yellow. I'll do a 3,000 attenuation. And I'll hit compile and save and go back to my map. And you'll see that it does look quite a lot brighter. And now what I'm going to want to do is add a box collision. I'll just call this box. And you'll see that when I add stuff, it'll be a child of whatever I've selected. If you want to unparent it, you can just drag right on top of it to unparent. So now these two are on equal playing field. So I'll compile and save, and I'm basically just going to create a box where if my character enters this area, then the light will turn on. So now while I have the box selected, so I increase the size by just hitting R on the keyboard while this is selected, in order to scale this upwards. And you can also change it here. So I'll click the lock icon so it's equal on each side, and I'll actually just change this to 30. So it's a pretty big radius. So I'll compile and save, and now while I'm in the box, I'm going to scroll down to events. And now when I click this plus sign, it's going to pop up in my event graph, which is this part over here. So it'll create a node, and what we want to do is on component begin overlap. So basically, when anything steps in the box, I want my light to turn on. So I'll do set visibility of the light to true. And naturally in the viewport, you're going to see that the light is actually on. So what you're going to want to do is click on your light, and in the details, you're going to search for visible. And you can just uncheck this. And I'll hit compile and save because we want to start with the visibility to be off. So now if we go over to our third person map, we can see how big our light radius is and along with our box. And this box is going to show like as soon as we enter this area, then it should turn on. So if I go ahead and click play and I walk into this box, this area is going to turn on. And right now we don't have any items to it, so it just kind of looks pretty odd. But to make it a bit more game friendly or user friendly, we're going to add some objects that reference real life stuff. So I'll go ahead and click add, and I'll add a static mesh. And you may not have this in your project, but I am using Cinti assets in this video. So I'll go ahead and add this light pole, and I'll increase the size of it, scooch it down a bit, and make sure that the light source is coming directly from its pole. Just like, I'll just have it start right here. And I'll hit compile and save. And now when I plate this, you're going to see this light turn on as soon as I go near it. Now when I hit play and I walk towards it, you'll see that it turns on. But I also want it to turn off when I walk away. So in order to do that, I'll just go back to my event graph. Kind of like how we have this on component begin overlap for the box, we can select box and also do on component end overlap. When I add that, I can just copy paste this set visibility and turn this off. And now when I hit play, I'll be able to turn it on when I go near it, and then it'll turn off when I leave that box radius that we set. And on and off. And I'll basically just keep doing that. And yeah, that's your first easy steps on creating blueprints using Unreal Engine 5. Like, subscribe, comment below what you want to see next, and thanks for watching.